Hi, Larry. What's up? What's going on in the news, man? Same old stuff, I'll bet. So, anyway, same old stuff's going on here. A little disoriented now. I started an hour late. An hour later, put it that way, because everybody was saying that I started too early last time. Hello, Daryl. I'm looking at you. Boy, that's for sure, Larry. Yeah. And if they can't find something that we want to hear, they'll just make something up. Well, I got something coming up here about next month, I think. Uh, I'm not going to tell you about it either. I'm just going to let you wonder. But it's something that I've talked about before. I'm going to have to go back to school. You believe that? I got to go back to school to do this. Hiya, Chin. No, I don't have to go to school to get married, Chin. Jeez. Oh, but yeah, well, maybe I may have forgot how. I don't know. Been that long. And no, that's not going to happen anymore. 30 years ago, maybe. I'm too set in my ways now. I wouldn't be able to get along with anybody more than about 10 minutes. Yeah, Ren. It's I guess I don't have to go, but it'd be better for me if I did. But you know, it's free for seniors at the college here, so 55 and older, there's a free course. You gonna go back to school, Ryan? I wonder, do they still wear mini skirts and stuff like that in college? Hey, Backwoods Ramblers. Welcome. How you doing? Nah, I don't know about getting excited, CTAP. April, you made it. Yay. Yeah, I did see it, Chen. I just haven't been able to get back to you. Got stuff going on, you know. Fixing brooms and all that stuff. How you doing, April? Are you going to be there, CTAP? Oh, that'll be all right, too. Well, I don't know about that, Ren. I'm going to try it anyway. Yeah, I agree with that. It was kind of weird. You know what happened, don't you? They fixed it, but they don't want to admit it. Yeah, it's getting cold here too a little bit, April. Although it's warmed up this week a little, but not too much. At least it's not freezing. I mean, it's, you know, in the high 30s, low 40s at night, so that I can tolerate. I don't have to run a water all night. I doubt it. I haven't seen Alan or heard from him for quite a while. And last thing he said was he was never going to go again. So, did you dump it altogether, Chen? Yeah, it's been fairly nice in the daytime here, Larry. But, I mean, that's typical Arizona weather. You know, it's 67, 68 or so in the daytime and then drops down to about 40 at night. Yeah, I understand that, April. We don't have spring or fall here either. It's one extreme to the other most of the time. And about 3,500 feet, so we feel it right shortly after the mountains at 8,000 feet. So, but then down in the valley in Phoenix area, they're still, you know, fairly pleasant at night. Oh yeah, the wind is the worst, CTAP. So is it still working then? So you canceled it. Does it still works if you paid for it, right? Or are they going to refund it? Yeah, she's a Georgia peach, all right. How close to the Gulf are you, April? Without telling me what town you're in. Hey, Freedom. How's it going? Bama Gulf. That's a ways away then, huh? So does anybody have any of that white stuff on their solar panels? Back on the Coke again, guys. I quit it for a little while. Just can't take it. I got no willpower. It's just a bit. I don't count C-tap. It's a real mess over there, Rand. It really is. Hello, John Miller. I'm pretty good, I think. My aunt used to say, I'm afraid I'm going to live. Yeah, Mikey's girlfriend showed up. Bought her a new Class A. Well, not new, but she bought her a Class A. And I guess they're out there going to be traveling together. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, Daryl. Got a nice white stuff, and then pretty soon it turns to mud. Yeah. My mother used to say she'd had to walk in 5 foot of snow all the way there and all the way back to school, that is. Bucking 10-mile-an-hour wind both ways. Wyoming. Boy, it sure is, Freedom. I think it's pretty cool. Mikey needs somebody like that. You know, keep him grounded. She's a pretty cool lady, I think, Marlo. Are the schools in Georgia on vacation all summer, or do they have the, you know, just short breaks during the summer and back to school? Yeah, she does, C-Tap. She's a pretty sweet gal, I think. Charles, Chiefs. Hey, Charles. Hey, Evelyn. How's Evelyn tonight? Well, I remember when I went to school, I waited for summer. Get that 3 months off. Are you taking off, C-Tap? If you are, have a good one. What? You want to get up here and see the camera? Let's get up here to see everybody. Try not to scratch me this time, okay? Come on. There's no way, man. She ain't. No, come on. Come on. Do you want a treat? Well, come here. Come here. Hey, Gavin. I went to pick her up. She turned around and walked away from me. She's just out of my reach now. Come on. Come here. Come on. Nah. I think she just used the F word on me. Come on. Come on. Okay, there you go. Okay? There's a good kitty. Yeah, she's a good kitty. Not yet. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, I loved you too. She's winking at me. I've got that slow blink going. Hi. Okay. Down you go. Okay, now you want your treat? Okay. Yeah. There you go. Well, she's in a little better mood tonight than she has been. Was it last week? She nailed me, but good, boy. Yeah, she's got to make her appearance. I got to make her appearance. She don't care for it, but she'll tolerate it for about 30 seconds, and that's it. And then it's time for treat. She's really spoiled, though, April. I mean, really spoiled. Aren't you? Yeah, I know. Okay, get you a drink of water now. Okay, C-Tap, have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving to you, if I don't see you before. Yeah, she's a talker. Yep. She's been waking me up a little bit in the mornings. Get up there right next to my face and meow a little bit. Then she jumps down. Well, yeah, that's what you do, April. You spoil your kids. I don't know what I'd do without her, I'll tell you that. Best dog I ever had was a chow, a red chow. He was extremely loyal to me, and he tolerated everyone else in the family. But he couldn't tolerate anybody else. They'd come in the house, it'd take your life in your hands. Yeah, that's about right, Gavin. But, you know, it's more like 4 o'clock. Early to bed, early to rise, you know. Feel better? Okay. Yeah. I understand that, Evelyn. Larry, sorry. Nice big round piece of hamburger, right, Larry? And she loves you. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Evelyn. Oh, yeah, there for a while, Chin. It was really bad. Like a 30-second delay. The video was all right on my end, but the audio was just extremely slow. No, you already had it. You already had one. Sorry. No. No blinking. I had that problem last week with this application. Not, yeah, I use this to record video as well, so the audio was delayed just off a little bit, but then it cleared itself up today. I usually reboot just before I start this thing, so it usually helped, but it didn't do it last time. It just I think it's just the internet. Hey, Jeff. What's going on with you? No. I haven't ever heard them or seen them in this area. There's too many wild people around here. They're pretty scared of us. There's quite a few coyotes, though. West of the valley, west of Phoenix, there's quite a few of them down there. But cool, Jeff. What kind? What kind of truck did you get? We like to take a bunch of the coyotes down to Interstate 8 there between Phoenix and the California border, Gavin. Hungry ones. Dodge Ram, good deal. Yeah, you would think so, Chen. The server's got to be the one that can, now it has to be able to process what's going in, going out. Back in the day when I had my own server, quite a few years ago, that was one of the things that, I had to work on all the time, was to keep that going. It'd get loaded up. What was it? I can't remember. It was a Windows server. I don't remember what it was now, but that was one of its problems, was trying to keep it going, at full speed. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of wild animals around. There's a lot of feral cats around, Gavin. But they get pretty thick and heavy, and then all of a sudden they're all gone, and then pretty soon they all start coming back again. Start having babies and all. They'll get a couple of dozen of them running around here, and then all at once they're all gone all at one time. So I don't know if somebody's grabbing them up, or, like I say, I've never seen or heard a coyote, so not in this area anyway. Did they wake you up, Gavin? Chickens wake you up? Yeah, so far, Jeff, mine's doing all right. It's an 81 Ford, so there's not a whole lot that can go wrong with it, other than just, being old and a little rattly here and there. But I only paid $200 for it about almost 3 years ago, I guess. So I maybe got maybe $300 or $400 in it besides that. Just little things, water pump, alternator. Had to fix your rear main seal. Other than that, it's all right. Oh, I put a starter in it until I put the starter in it. Probably didn't need to. I had to change out. It was actually the solenoid, starter solenoid. So you learn and live, or live and learn, and all that. You know what they say about Fords, is fix or repair daily. The only trouble I have with that old Ford of mine, it's the 302. It's a bit small for what it has to do, so it gets warm. Climbing some big hills, it'll get pretty warm, and then it tries to percolate just a little bit. The fuel tries to percolate. So, if I plan on, going anywhere on, some big climbs, I'll put premium fuel in it. That helps a little. I don't remember the commercial. Yeah, I've heard that one too, Jeff. But not with the 302. But it's got the C6 transmission in it, so that's that's a good thing. It's pretty hard to get that hot. And it shifts really hard between first and second like it's supposed to. And the other two took off a bit, Gavin. I get a kick out of some of these parts guys. Chin, you go and tell them it's an 81 Ford F100. And they look up parts for, 81 Ford F-150? No, F100. And they look at you like, what? Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. What? Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Okay, whatever. We're going to start doing this again, huh? Hey, Cajun. Yeah, it's the F-100. You know, they had a lot of time to work on that one. So, you know, no computers, nothing like that. You know, it's just a straight V8 coil distributor and a carburetor. Not a whole lot to go wrong with it. Has a crank windows, nothing's, no power or anything on it. I did manage to get the air conditioner fixed on it last summer, so that helped a little bit. You know, for all the good it did climbing the mountains up out of here, I had to leave it off, so, you know. Hey, one of the good things about that old truck too is it's made out of steel. Good old American steel. Even the dashboard. Nothing flies apart in little plastic pieces all over the place. It's just dense, if it, you know. 3/4 race. That's a good deal. I had a 65 GTO that I cammed it, and just before I blew it up, had a 505 Isky roller in it. You know, run the rack and die, run the rack and die. Hey, take care, Larry. Good to see you again. If you're still there, Larry, you know, usually when you come in, you say, "Where's the ladies?" I had one to tell you. Cheryl told me to tell you that they're all next door fixing their brooms. I just put 4 airbags on it. It's actually a heavy haft, from what I understood, the guy that looked at it. So I put 4 airbags on it. I run about 50 pounds in the back and about 20 in the front. Keeps it pretty level and steady. But it needed it. That camper that's on it is just a little bit too heavy for it. So it'll make it sag pretty good, and then it gets to bouncing. And well, I got heavy duty shocks, but it would still bounce. So I put them airbags on it. That helped an awful lot. Yeah, I would like to get a new camper at some point. Or, a new to me camper, because that one, well, it's been hit and sagging just a little bit. The cabinets are sagging a little bit on the inside now from the stress, And then the refrigerator quit last summer. And I quit using the heater because of the back end being smashed in like that. So, basically just a shell with a bed in it about now. As in you were stuck in the snow and you were rocking it back and forth? Is that what you mean? And the thing about this area up here is there's a couple of local like garage sale sites on Facebook, and everybody needs money up here every now and then, so you just got to keep an eye on it. Somebody will sell something. Which is how I found the camper and the truck. Yeah, them old Chevy trucks are pretty good ones too. And then they start coming out with the computers and plastic dashboards and plastic bumpers and sorry, I'm still on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's not like the movies, huh? They're all she's, April. All of them are she's. She's a good one. She's a bad one. Except for motorhomes, and they're always he's. Unless you're female, and then of course there's she's. But when I first got this motorhome, I called it Henry. What? No! You already had one. I know what you want. I know what you want. Hang on a second, guys. I got to get her some fresh food. It gets down to the bottom and she doesn't like it, and she'll sit and meow at it. She'll eat it eventually, but she sits there and meows till I give her fresh. Now she's sitting there looking at me. Yep, that's what I want. Yep, that's what I want, Dad. There you go. Okay. What's the other one, Gavin, that's fairly popular? She's got like a quarter of a bowl, but she doesn't. You know, when it gets that low, she won't. She'll eat it, like I said, but she don't like it. She'll just piece at it and then meow till I give her fresh. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Who, me? She says. What? I was really into drag racing when I was young. Well, I'm not sure about that, Charles. It's pretty light, I can tell you that, isn't it? And I just used Luan for sighting and that, so I don't know. He sure didn't. He didn't cost him much, that's for sure. Is that right, Freedom? Wow. But yeah, I guess Rob is Rob, isn't that his name? Rob at Little House. Now, you know, he didn't want to pay too much, and he wanted it to be pretty light. So I guess, you know, it's a pretty good camper for what he's got into it. Yeah, it keeps the rain out. That's for sure. I wish he didn't have such a distaste for solar panels, though. Sure save him some money on generator gas. I guess he uses a camp stove for heat, doesn't he? I don't think he has a buddy heater. And a camp stove, that's not a good thing to have for heat. I understand that, Chin. That's why I try to do the Amazon affiliate thing, you know, and all that. cheap plug, guys. Sorry. I didn't even wait until the live chat was over. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the uh, uh, that thing at the bottom either. Click on that little dollar sign right there on the bottom, just below where you say something. A couple of bucks would do great. Hint, hint. Yeah, there's some plans available that you can build your own. I've seen some videos. They'll start building them in the garage. Get the frame part, and then I guess they get them lifted up in there. Bob uses a camp stove? I didn't know that. That's not. I just think that's kind of dangerous. I mean, for me, it would be kind of dangerous. I think the carbon monoxide. At least with a buddy heater, you got the that thing that turns red, catalytic thing. That'll burn up all that stuff. I've held my CO2 detector over the top of mine, and it never registers anything. It does right at first when you first start it up, but within 5 seconds or so, it's gone. Yeah, that's a bad thing. Oh, Chen, those HOAs. I suppose that a camp stove works all right if you need it in the winter, or I mean, in the summer or early fall. But if you got to close windows to keep from freezing, I just don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, it is, April. It really is. You really got to like somebody, huh, April? Well, yeah. Even with a campfire, you got to have some inches. You can't be sitting in the flames. Sorry, I'm being obstinate now. No, not especially when they explode, April. And they don't put out that much heat. Like I've said before, I don't leave my buddy heater on all night. I'll cover up good, but it comes on first thing in the morning. And it'll heat my camper up. It'll run me right out. I always have to turn it down, about medium. And then, once it gets warm in there, the insulation is fairly good in the camper, so, the pilot light will keep it fairly comfortable. Yeah, you bet, Chin. You have hot pants. That's okay, Chin. I got it. Beep. Meow. Yeah, when I first got the buddy heater, April, Lily didn't quite know what to think of it. She kind of got a little bit too close, you know. She was sniffing at it. Boy, she jumped back and shaking her head, you know. She doesn't come anywhere near it now. Yeah, you know what that thing is, don't you? Yeah, Florida's pretty much wide open, isn't it? Are you in Florida now, Evelyn? A smoldering lily, huh? Was you smoldering? Yeah. I just took her just that one time. She knows exactly what it is. She'll sit, you know, if I started in the motorhome in the morning, she'll come out and kind of sit next to my chair, you know, and she'll get warm that way, but she doesn't get too close to it. I think they're overrated, Gavin, for their price. Do you remember Bruce? Want to be free? He put one in. I don't know what he paid for it. It was a little over $200, and he had it in his little Ford Connect, and he said it was okay, but it really wasn't very cold at that time. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't remember what the model number was, but it was the smaller one. You know me, Gavin, I'm all about cheap. Where's Chris? As a matter of fact, has he got a gig tonight? Yeah. I often wanted to do that mail call thing, but I didn't, you know, didn't want to copy him. He's got a pretty good thing going like that. Rusty does, Charles. And he's always wanting to know what the temperature is in Bangor, Maine. Hey, Google. Ah. I think he's a little upset at me anyway, so, oh well. He put a link on my Facebook page for I guess it was the last one he was doing, at Old Time Rock and Roll. I enjoyed that a lot. That brought back a bunch of memories, boy. I want to send him a request for that. What's the name of it? The Stepped on a Pop Top. Had to cruise on back home. Chen, you know what that is. Jimmy! I've had mine for 3 years. I've never had any trouble with it, Gavin. It gets used pretty heavy in the wintertime. Yeah, just keep it cleaned up. Boy, me too, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Right now, I think it's, wait a minute and I'll tell you. Let's see, it's 53 right now. It's supposed to get down to 41 tonight. But that, that happens like around between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Margaritaville, that's it. See if I can get him to do that. Now, thank you, April. You too. Try to have a good evening, what's left of it. It's good to see you too, he was able to come in. Yeah, good one. Freedom. Sea Springs. Boy, it gets cold, doesn't it? And then the wind to blow. Till you get one of them Chinook winds, Jimmy, and then it melts everything in the daytime. And then everything freezes at night and makes it like a sheet of ice, glass. Sit out in front of your house with a lawn chair and watch the people slide around. I don't know, Cajun. I don't know. He talks about it sometimes, but I don't know if he'd ever show up, though. That'd be kind of fun. See what I mean? No, Evelyn, I haven't heard from him at all. You know, we didn't really part on very good terms. I will put it that way. I think he's trying to tell us he'll never go. I think he won't show up, and I think that's what he's trying to tell us. He's afraid of snakes. He don't want to be around the snakes. What is that? Boiled peanuts, I guess. Peanutta. I used to drink peanuts in my Coke. That was good. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you do, Jimmy. And I have to tease you about it, too, every time I see you. I was going to show you, Jimmy, I was going to show you a picture that a friend of mine and I had. And I never did find that picture, but I had an 8-foot long board, and we had to cut a foot of it off. I forgot why, but the rattlesnake that we had, we skinned it and put the skin on that board, and it hung over about a foot on each, on the end. So that was about a 7-foot long rattler. Not me, Evelyn. Never tried them. Yeah, that's the plan, Daryl. Right now, yeah, put it that way. I plan on it. Battsburg? Thought it was Spartanburg. Or Battsburg. Is that a local thing? That's John. Daryl. Mr. Tiliman was my dad. Ew. Jeez, Freedom. Yeah, we used to put peanuts in our Cokes, in a bottle of Coke, and then one of the friends almost choked on it, so we quit doing that. Yeah, Daryl, as you know, as soon as I'm finalized and I'm on the way, I'll make an announcement, and then make another announcement where I am. But, you know, I don't even know where it is this year. It's supposed to be in a different place. I would assume it would be fairly close to where they usually are. But Bob hasn't made an announcement where it is yet, so, or at least I haven't heard one. Yeah, I remember RC Cola, Jimmy. That was my dad's favorite drink. And that and ginger ale. Moon pie. Those are good. I'm partial to the mint pies though. I'll tell you what's good is the chocolate chip and mint ice cream. That's good stuff. Uh, just about 200 miles, Sam. So I'll probably spend a night down there at my daughter's house, a night or two maybe. She's in Glendale, in the suburb of Phoenix. So that's what I did last year. I got down that far and then I had to put an alternator in the truck. So you know, a little family time. Oh, Jimmy, tease. They make some pretty good plans that you can find them on YouTube. Watch you guys build them, Daryl. You know, they kind of start in the garage on the floor, get the frame put together, and then get it up into the truck bed, and then finish it out. I guess it's cheaper that way, but I don't know. I'm no carpenter, so. Oh, God, Gavin, that doesn't even sound good. Ew. How'd you do that, Daryl? Yeah, Bluebell's good. That's good ice cream. It made me think. My dad used to have an ice cream maker, you know, the old crank type, and he'd get out there on the patio once in a while and just sit out there and crank up the ice cream. And boy, that was good. I'm probably not going to be too close to the main area, though. I'll probably be by myself. I'm sure Alan won't be around. He did say he wasn't going to be there, so he wasn't going to go anymore. So, and he was kind of partial to being right down in the middle of it, but I'll probably be out on the, you know, a little ways further out, maybe. Yeah, I can understand that, Daryl. Well, you know, you have to take the good with the bad, huh? Yeah, yeah, I understand that too, Jimmy. Of course, you know, now they make the electric ones. So, yeah. I keep getting that picture. Daryl, he was probably cussing all the way back to where he was going next. I was at his second one, Sam, and there wasn't very many people there at all. I don't remember, but I didn't go again for a long time until just this last one. Yeah, I think Jimmy Buffett would be shot if he ever did a gig without doing that song. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. That's his best one. Yeah, the official Batmobile. I just say whatever's on your mind, Jimmy. Doesn't have to be great. Now, thank you, Evelyn. That's, yeah, a long-term request. Or long-distance request, I mean. Well, I just had to turn the heater on a little bit. Starting to get chilly. Now she's sitting down here staring at me. Every time I look at her, she meows. She thinks she's going to get another T word, but she's not. I just had to go wash my hands, that's all. Cajun. Okay, Evelyn. Yeah, tell him get that fixed up. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it would be, Daryl. What? What? You talking to me? Drove a truck. I did a bunch of stuff. The two favorite things though was sound engineer and drive the truck. I don't remember a lot of the sound engineering though. Yeah, Freedom, last time I was out in the forest, the sun was getting pretty low in the sky, so I ended up having to run the generator a few times, which is, I usually don't have to run it at all. But now, did this year. Trees are getting bigger and thicker in the area that I go, so yeah. Did you, Charles? It's a good job if you don't have to load or unload or go into town. Should just be a drop and hook on the outside of town in a rest area somewhere, right? It wasn't a bad job. You know, you learn to, be the real minimalist. Eat when you have to and don't spend any money and stuff like that. $700 watts. Yeah, you should be able to have an air conditioner if you've got the inverter to do it. Yeah, Charles. Like I say, you just, there's certain things you can't do, and that's, buy something at every truck stop is one of them. And just be broke all the time. Yeah, you could get a window unit, a cheaper window unit Walmart should, what are they, like $150, 5,000 BTU? You should be okay with that. Just keep the generator handy. Yeah, that's about what it was, Chin, about 25 cents a mile. Unless I was training, and then I'd get 35 cents a mile. Whoop-de-doo. I took on 2 students. And that was enough for me. I was laying in the back sleeping. We was going across Texas on 20, I think it was. And I was laying in the bunk sleeping, and I kept hearing this, whoosh, whoosh. You know, what in the world is that noise? And I sat up and opened that curtain, and he's running at about 60 miles an hour, and there was about 1.5 inches of snow on the road, passing everything. Jesus. So I just said, who's driving this truck? Who's pushing this tractor? You or the trailer? Yeah, Daryl, figure about 5 amps per 100 watts. About. On a good sunny day. Yeah, it's a lot of power if you got good sun. Oh, some of those guys are getting pretty good money now. Well, I mean, let's put it this way. It's more than what they were getting 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But then it costs a lot more, too. So, you know, you could buy a piece of chocolate cake for a couple of dollars, and now it's $5. I always wanted to do that, Daryl. I always wanted to do that. Legally. Daryl, you ever heard of Blue Sky? It's a club, Blue Sky. Oh, that's cool. There was a few of us that had some ham radios. There was a member of the club called Blue Sky. It was just a tricked out CB that would do the frequencies and the extra watts and stuff. You know, that was probably didn't talk about that too much. Oh yeah, when I was really interested in it, you really had to know your stuff just to get your you know, the basic license. Ew. Yeah, don't drop it, Jimmy. If you're upstairs, it'll go all the way to the basement, man. Now that's not good. You can't be scared. That's about when I was going, Daryl, about that year or so. Yeah, I was about 85, 86, something like that. I don't remember now. DOT jump up on your steps, and stick his head in the windows. Give me your logbook. I'd just look at him and say, which one? The red one, the yellow one, or the green one? He didn't think it was funny, but I did. Yeah, there towards the end, I got to where I couldn't get along with anybody. One of my favorite stories. Some of you guys probably heard it. I had picked up something in Yuma, I think it was. Anyway, destination was St. Louis, and by the time I should have stopped, for 8 hours and then went on in, but I tried to keep going. I wanted to get to Joplin Joplin, Missouri, before I stopped. So yeah, I was way over hours at that point, and the Joplin scales. I swear to this day that sign said open. I pulled in there, and I'm sitting there with the steer axle on the scale, and it's red, and it's red, still red, still red. Finally I just kind of looked over out the corner of my eye. I sat there long enough for him to write out a sign, put it on the window, says, "We're closed. You better get out of here before I change my mind." Okay, Gavin. Good to see you again. Glad you got to see me. Hey, don't forget that Amazon link, Gavin. Getting Christmas time pretty soon. Had to sneak that one in. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Gavin. Happy Turkey Day. Thank you, Gavin. Used to have them, we all called them tattletales, little computer under the seat. Kept track of your miles and your speed. Yeah, it didn't take us long to figure out how to disconnect it. So it showed you idling all the time. And get in there, fleet manager say, well, how come it didn't register? It was always, I don't know. I was just driving. You taking off too, Cajun? No. Nope. Yeah, they won't do that, Jimmy. Got to be the real thing. Unfortunately. I don't know why. For the same reason, I guess, that your friends can't buy anything from you. They're from Amazon. Can't use the link. Yeah, I know what you meant, Jimmy. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of getting about time to get out of here. We're coming up. I got about 20 minutes left for the 2-hour mark, so my dinner's sitting on the stove there, so I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down in about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, that's right, Chin. All right, time for my nightly speech. You guys cover your ears, I know. So if you shop at Amazon, be sure to click on the link under this video in the description to the Amazon associate page. That'll take you to my associate page. There's some items there that I use or that I have purchased, and now you can click on that, and I'll make a little commission. Not very much, but I have to tell you that I will make a small commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. So if there's nothing on that landing page that interests you, you can scroll back up to the top and type what you were looking for in the search box. That'll take you to the regular Amazon pages. But you got to click on the link first, and I would appreciate it. End of commercial. Have a great Thanksgiving, Daryl. Good to see you. Oh, Chris, I'm just getting ready to shut down, man. Thanks, Daryl Phillips. Appreciate it. Or Phipps. Yeah, we do it on Mondays. Monday Night Chaos. You just love torturing me, don't you, Chris? If y'all don't know, strawberry shakes are my favorite. I can't pass a Burger King. I got to get a Whopper and a strawberry shake, or at least onion rings and a strawberry shake. Chris just loves to torture me with that. Same to you, Charles. I'm afraid that would go over like a lead balloon, Evelyn. All right, Chris. Have a happy Thanksgiving, bud. You and Evelyn going to be together on Thanksgiving Day? All right, peeps. I guess that's about it. I'm getting hungry. And I want to take this time to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey if you got it. Ham, turkey, whatever you guys do for your holidays. And if you eat turkey, make sure you save enough for turkey sandwiches afterward. Yeah, you too, Jimmy. You take care, Jimmy. Bye, Jeff. Good night, everybody.